Welcome to my channel. My name is Karuna, and today I thought we'd take a respite. We're going to take a respite, come into a nice safe haven for the world weary, because there's a lot going on in our world, and it's my hope that today I help provide a little bit of perspective with a wide angle lens so we have a better understanding of what's going on in our challenged world. Please know I'm always speaking with you. It's never my desire to talk at you. We're doing this together. So go ahead and get super comfortable. And I thought I'd go through 3 points today that I'm really hoping helps your dear heart navigate what's going on in the world today. For those of you who've been with me on this channel, you know that I am a big fan of the transcendent, which simply means consciousness or God, your greater nature, whatever your experience is of the transcendent, consciousness, awareness. I completely honor your experience, first and foremost. With consciousness as the very base of all life, we have an opportunity to recognize that the process of thought is arising from this great open field called consciousness or the transcendent. What if you did a wide angle lens zoom out and recognize, oh, I'm going through the experience of thought. This is the process of thinking, rather than being heavily identified with a thought. Oh, this is the feeling, the experience of thought. And right there, you'll notice there's more room, there's more spaciousness, there's more possibility, there's more potential. For most of us, we will see an object, we'll quickly move to thought. From there, we move to judgment. From there, we move to certainty. And from there, we move to truth. And it happens so quickly that most of we dear humans don't even break it down. We go object, straight through. Object, thought, right? Judgment, certainty, truth. Whoa. And then we live our life from that rigid certainty, which we mistake as truth. And then you add many humans into the mix that are doing this so quickly every single day that they don't have the spaciousness. They don't recognize, oh, this is the experience of thinking. They're going from thought, certainty, truth, and they get very, very rigid. It's like a bandwidth. We dear humans are operating in this mental bandwidth of certainty that we mistake for truth. And can you see how that's going to get very messy? There's no room for other expression. And this can get very dangerous. That's the catastrophic living right there. You got a bandwidth with that. For people like you and I and others on this channel, we recognize that the aha moments of life are so delicious. Since the moment we have been born, there's this longing. There's this knowing that there's more. It's like a homing device. But then what happens is residues, imprints, confusion gets placed on top of this longing, and it becomes a fog. For some of us, it becomes calcified, so we can't even see it. You and I and others have chosen to follow those breadcrumbs home. And it's a beautiful experience, and I'm behind you 110% on this experience, because it only becomes more rich, more nourishing, and it provides a sense of equanimity, a balance in which to experience and see our world. The second aspect I want to mention along the lines of truth. There's mental truth. It's judgmental, it's hierarchical, and it's based on the certainty often of the individual. But there are deeper truths. And from your insights, from your aha moments, the knowing of those deeper truths will arise. One of those deeper truths is so affirming, and that is everything seeks resolution. I'm not talking about the resolution, the New Year's resolution, got to get in the gym 5 days a week, although it's a good thing. I'm speaking resolution in terms of completion, wholeness, communion, and union. For instance, you have a challenge with a friend and you long to meet them. You long to meet them kind of in this middle, this wholeness where there's a sense of mutual respect and appreciation and love. There's a sense of union there. And it's so rich and wonderful when we can meet another in that space. So too, inside of us, we seek resolution. And that's the very journey of transformation. That's that longing, that calling we have that's built into us. It seeks resolution. I find that so affirming in our world. Even with the catastrophic living in our world that we see today, there's some polarized sense of, we want resolution, how are we going to get it? And the certainty, the back and forth and the certainty is very contentious. But at a deeper level, everything seeks resolution. That's so lovely. The third aspect is that our dear minds, our lovely minds, have two primary functions that sometimes appear in juxtaposition. One aspect of the mind feeds the individual, feeds the ego, me. It's all about me. Everything centers around me. I've got to get my way. For those of us who've experienced early adversity, it's actually very important to develop this part of our identity. It's important to know who we are as an individual, what we stand for, what our personality is like, what colors we like, what foods we enjoy. It's important to develop our somebodyness, so to speak. So that aspect of the mind develops our somebodyness. A second part of the mind, this is so yummy, a second part of our mind seeks deeper truth with a capital T, the universal truth, which is found through the aha moments, through the insights, through the meditation, through doing things you love, surfing, photography, art, singing, looking in a child's eyes. A deeper truth is found there. And those little glimmers, those little openings, those little insights are the breadcrumbs home. And the second part of our mind says, I won't rest until I find truth with a capital T. Wow. Now what happens on this amazing journey of transformation is the aha moments, your aha moments, will start to inform the somebody part of the mind. And there'll be this dance back and forth, back and forth. And the somebody part of the mind will say, I don't know, I don't trust those insights. What's going on with that? I mean, pedal to the metal over here, right? And then the other part of the mind will say, it's okay. Allow the deeper experience, the kinder experiences to inform you. And the mind will go back and forth, and there will inevitably be a tipping point, a 51% tipping point, where the part of the mind that seeks truth with a capital T will start to inform that part of the mind that has been very involved in your somebodyness. That is a beautiful moment. It is inevitable for those of us who have followed the breadcrumbs home back to the transcendent, back to consciousness, back to God. There's an inevitable tipping point, and then the quality of the mind shifts. There's an assimilation, a resolution that takes place between these two aspects of the mind. Wow, that's pretty reassuring, isn't it? I hope it makes sense of your experiences, some of the confusion that we all have. And I hope it helps you take respite so that we can take a wide angle view of what's going on, a consistent wide angle view. We relax back into consciousness. It's a relaxation back, not climbing up the ladder. This is why when we feel safe, we feel at ease. And when we feel at ease, we return to our natural state. And that's exactly why I want to talk with you, not at you. I'm sending so much warmth and so much respect to you. I'll be posting more. For those of you who are interested in doing my online program, it starts the 3rd of October. And then if not for that journey, I'll see you right here on my channel.